Hey, welcome to the video, and this one's all about our Detroit Lions. And if you've tried to figure out the playoff picture, I feel for you. I really do. Because I'm trying to put this video together for about a day and a half now. I'm trying to get it out before Thursday night football. Trying to go over the aspects of what it would take to get us here, get us there, all the places we could have, what puts us out, what keeps us in, and let me tell you something. It's a fiasco. And let me just say first, the Eagles being in or out is a big deal. And I kind of figured that out right away a couple times. You'll see that in the video. You'll see I'm trying to struggle to figure out why I'm not finding the things I'm looking for. But we get there eventually. We cover all the bases. And we figure out we still got a chance. We can even lose the game. We can't lose two, but we can definitely lose one game and still make it. So we're not out of the water yet, but definitely our fate is not necessarily in our hands because we can win all three games and still beat. So let's jump right in. I have went over this thing so many times because there are so many different things that can affect what happens to us in these playoffs. So if you're a Lions fan, you got to know by now that our playoffs are not in our hands anymore. We can win all three games and still not make the playoffs. We can lose a game and still make the playoffs. We can't lose two games. And it's not really up to us, to be honest with you. So let's focus in on the key games. And, evidently enough, it's going to be division games. The most important game we are going to focus on is next week's game against Chicago and Green Bay. Now, considering Green Bay's injuries, it being in Soldier Field at home for Chicago, I'm going to pick Chicago to win this game. Yeah, that defensive rank of 6th is definitely not going to hold up without Micah Parsons in the lineup. So they're going to outdo him here a bit, but the offense, I just don't think they're going to be able to keep up with Chicago. Now you can see on my playoff screen here I have 3rd place. Believe it or not, besides our own division, there's 2 other teams in here that can affect things. And one of those teams you might be a little surprised to hear about. Now, LA, they're not going to really move much. They'll go from 1st to 5th to 6th, but there ain't much I've done to be able to manipulate this to where LA really loses anything or really affects our game. There's a number of teams in here that really do. Philadelphia. Let's give Philadelphia some losses here. Well, let's just say everybody loses. That's the best we can do is 2nd seed, right? I figured I got us all the way up to 2nd seed, folks. This is the best it's going to get for us. That's with an 11-6 record. The Eagles taking a complete dump and everything else going to plan. I'm just going to change a few more things that I kind of already know about a little bit. This isn't going to happen, but the best we can get is 6th. Looks like the worst LA could do is 7th if they lose out, which I just don't see them. I just don't see this happening. So I have to at least give them one win. I'm giving Seattle the benefit of the doubt here. I'm giving them all dubs. It puts them in 1st. That's the best. I mean, Seattle, they're just not playing like they're gonna. The matchup against the Carolina Panthers. Let's say they win that game. They still got to play San Francisco at home too. And San Francisco is a way worse matchup for them. Now, the thing about San Francisco is they can win. They can definitely win out the rest of the season. The Colts are in shambles with their quarterback. I mean, they do got an old vet in there, but hey, man, he just got back. He ain't even got rid of his dad bod yet, so let's just say San Francisco wins this game too. Wow, that puts San Francisco in 1st. And that's what Seattle win in 2 games. Okay, then here, I don't know why I would have had LA losing this game. Or are they playing Card? Yeah, they ain't losing that game, dude. Okay, so this is about this is about in my mind like just what I could muster up to think could actually happen. Like if you think the matchup here, the LA Rams and the Seahawks, that could really go either way. And if the Seahawks win, they might have some momentum going in against San Francisco. Maybe they win that game. See how that changes everybody else, but it doesn't really affect us that much. Not yet. Because right now we have Chicago winning this game, and that's very important in this setup right here. When this changes, if this does change, it changes everything. All right. Now, I got us winning all 3 games in this setup. All right. Let's say we lose to Minnesota. That still puts us down in 7th. We still make the playoffs in this scenario, right? But if we lose both games, we're out. See, we can't, no matter how I've done it, there's no possible way we could lose 2 games and still be in it. If the Bears end up winning this game won't matter right here, as long as we win the last game. You see how we're not in the playoffs here? Because they have us losing 2 games. So let's say we beat the Steelers at home. We win 2 out of 3 games. We're still making the 7th seed. There's quite a few ways we can actually make the 7th seed. I have like 1, 2, 3. I got at least 3 scenarios in which we make the 7th seed. And we can still make the 7th seed with Green Bay winning this game here. But we got to have Green Bay have a loss somewhere. Green Bay has to lose a game. Now, that takes care of it right here. Like this, that's why this game is so important. If Green Bay gets a loss here, and we get a loss, it doesn't really hurt us much. Unless Green Bay gets a win here as well. Green Bay would have to get 2 losses at that point if we get a loss. That's the only way we get a loss and get in is if Green Bay also gets a loss. 2 losses, actually. Oh, no. 1 loss. That's why this game is important right here. Because if Green Bay gets a win, then they have to get a loss somewhere else. They just have to. Well, that would mean Chicago lost, and Chicago lost. I mean, Chicago lost out, right? Let's say Chicago wins against San Francisco. Boom, we're out of there, right? So if Green Bay gets the win here, we need extra help to make the playoffs. There's just more scenarios that keep us out. There just is. Now, we can mess around with San Francisco at this point. Let me see. So right now, I got us only winning 1 game, right? Because there's no 2-game scenario where we're in. There just isn't. Green Bay loses, we're still out. And I got Green Bay losing against Baltimore here. Like, I'm giving Baltimore this game in all these scenarios, just so you know. Just so you know, I'm giving Baltimore all these scenarios. So if Green Bay wins here, and they win here, and they lose here, we have to win all 3 games. See what I'm saying? Like if Green Bay wins, we need that extra win. And I'm pretty sure we need Chicago to lose. No, that's right. That's right. This game doesn't really matter somehow. Because Chicago lost here, and they're going to lose here. If we don't beat Chicago there, we're out. This is an important game, too. We have to beat Chicago. If we don't beat Chicago, the scenarios for us to make it in are very, very slim. So let's check them out. So, they only show up with the Green Bay game. For instance, or actually, I don't think we can win. If Green Bay wins here, I don't think we can lose this game. Let's say we lose that game, but we win these 2 games, right? As you can see, we're out of the playoffs. We won the first 2 games, but we lost to Chicago. So how much help would we need if that scenario played out? Which is a very likely scenario. We win the first 2 games, and then we're playing Chicago, right? So let's see. Yeah, I just don't see a way, man. I don't see a way to get the Lions 10 wins in here. Because we get beat by Green Bay for some reason. We tie for San Francisco. Yeah, if Green Bay wins, we can't lose to Chicago. We can't. If Green Bay wins, we have to beat Chicago to be in. And look at the difference. Just look at the difference. We go from not even making it to 2nd seed if we win this game. Like, if it's set up like this, we're playing the last game, we win, we're in 2nd with this record right here. We lose, we don't make it. That's how crazy this can get for the Lions. This last game against the Bears and next week's game between the Bears and the Packers. As you can see, with the Green Bay winning this game, we have a much harder time making the playoffs. But if the Bears win, we were already in 7th. We weren't even in the other way. So let's say Green Bay gets a win. That takes us out, right? So we need Green Bay to lose here. There's the way we can lose this game and make it. Is if Green Bay loses 2 games. So we can only lose this Chicago game if Chicago wins here, because they have to be able to take that game off of Green Bay. Now things can change for us. As you can see, San Francisco's right now 11-6. But there's a way that San Francisco actually affects our game. Was it the Eagles, maybe? Okay. So where's the Eagles? So as you can see, all this bumping around, we have the Eagles, Seattle, San Francisco, Tampa Bay, Carolina, the Bears, LA, us, and Green Bay, all in this battle. Like, we're all kind of embroiled in this spot battle. But for us, like I said, the best way for us to get into the playoffs is for Chicago to win against Green Bay. If that happens, we win our game. We move into the next week. We can lose to Minnesota as long as Green Bay loses, right? Well, let's say Green Bay wins this game, which it's just hard to see that one. That one looks like a tough matchup. And then Green Bay has to play Minnesota, right? I got them losing here. So we'd have to get that. We'd have to get that extra win. And then if they win here, it doesn't. Well, no, that puts us in 7th. What does that put us over? There it is. There it is. There's where San Francisco can screw us, right? So Chicago wins, we win. We win, Green Bay wins, Chicago wins. Like, we all kind of win week 17 too, right? Now week 18. If San Francisco doesn't win this game, how does that work? Okay. So we're not only fighting San Francisco for placement. It's possible we actually might be fighting Seattle for placement. It's going to be between us, San Francisco, and it looks like Seattle and Green Bay, honestly. Chicago might even find their way out of these playoffs. So those are the teams that can lose their spot. As far as I can see, you got Seattle, San Francisco, Detroit, Green Bay, and Chicago all playing for a playoff spot. Nobody's locked in there yet. Believe it or not. Nobody's locked in there yet. I'd say out of all these teams, Detroit's probably got the hardest run of all them teams. Seattle and Chicago are sitting pretty good for making the playoffs. Green Bay, with its injuries, it's looking like Detroit could overtake Green Bay, and I honestly think that's how it's going to happen. And what I believe is going to happen is this first loss next week against Chicago, in Chicago for Green Bay. No Micah Parsons. All right, Christian Watson. He doesn't have a long-term injury. Well, it doesn't look like he's going to be back for this next game. All right, so let's just leave it at that. So they're out Christian Watson. They're out Micah Parsons for the rest of the season. And they got to go up against Chicago at home in the cold. Pass rush just pretty much just disappeared for them. They got a little bit, but it's definitely not the same, obviously. So I got Chicago winning this game. But as you can see, there's ways we don't win the playoffs that way too. But again, I'm pretty sure I have 3 wins. So we don't make the playoffs even with Chicago winning next week in certain scenarios. And honestly, it has a lot to do with Seattle and San Francisco at that point. Everything else playing out the same. Right here, we would have an 11-6 record, but Green Bay and San Francisco, for whatever reason, hold the tiebreaker. Green Bay, obviously, we lost the first game. I don't know what's up with San Francisco, but we would lose this tiebreaker with San Francisco, considering we have the same record as they do and they're in and we're not. Green Bay, obviously, we lost the first game to them in the division. And Seattle would make it in. On all I got to do on this week 18, let's say it does get to this, is just have San Francisco get the win. That gives them 1 up on Seattle, and we have a tiebreaker against Seattle. We don't have the tiebreaker against San Francisco. So in this instance, we would want San Francisco to have the better record. Better than us even. Because if we can't tie them, they'll beat us. But if they're better than us, we could still make it in to tie Seattle, if that makes any sense. What would it take for that to happen? Well, it would take LA beating... Well, first it would take the Bears beating Green Bay, and LA beating the Seahawks, San Francisco beating the Colts, and us beating the Steelers. That's what we would need the first week. The second week, we'd have to win again. We'd have to have LA win to make sure they don't get behind. And honestly, if they get those 2 wins, doesn't even matter anymore, honestly. Maybe this one doesn't even matter. But then you want... I don't think it would help. Nope. So, the only way we'd make the playoffs is if San Francisco got a game back. So, the Seahawks lose here, this is a normal thing, and then they win here. We really need San Francisco to get this win. So there's quite a few ways we don't make it. Even if we win. Like, this is every game. This is us winning every game. We depend so much on these other games. Right here. Let's go to this week. Let's say this is good. They get the Panthers beat them. Right? Let's say this is good. No, this is good. Does this change anything? Okay. I think we really want Seattle to lose. We want Seattle to lose because we can definitely get in with a... Let's see if we can get in with a all Seattle win. Okay. Yeah, we need San Francisco to win that game too. See, we would need help. It's almost like they help us and hurt us. It's all situational. If our division does horrible, the chances of them affecting us is less. But if we're struggling in our division, losing to Chicago, it's not even so much us losing, because we play Chicago. So if we beat Chicago, that gives us that edge. Green Bay has to lose too. I got Green Bay winning both of these games because it makes us harder to stay in. But it's very, very likely that they lose to the Ravens, right? That gives us the 3rd seed. They could lose to Minnesota in a division game. Doesn't really change much at that point. But they lose either of those 2 games, it makes our life a lot easier. Let me just... They lose, but let's say they win here. Okay, it really doesn't change our shit. This game might. No. Let's see here. This is us winning all 3 games, by the way. We're just trying to get us out of the playoffs, even if we win. What else gets us out of here? Green Bay winning, right? What's this? 7. Yeah, Green Bay winning out. And then Chicago winning out. No. San Francisco. No. Too much winning going on there. Who could win a game? How could the Eagles lose? At this point, I think if the Eagles lose enough, it screws us. I think they got to lose out, though. Let me see. And then Dallas is in there. So I got Dallas winning. Man, it almost seems like you want Green Bay to win. I don't know what I was talking about. Let's see. What's this? Second. Yeah, if we win all 3 games and Green Bay wins all their games and Chicago wins all their games, well, besides the games that they either play us or each other. So when Green Bay plays Chicago, it looks like we kind of want Green Bay to win. I don't know if we can get all the way to 2nd with that. Let's see, Green Bay wins that game and then it takes a shit. Let's say these guys lose here. Yeah, we win, they lose, we can get 2nd. With 11-6. At that point, they'd be struggling with San Francisco themselves. Yeah, we kind of. It looks like we want Green Bay to win that game, and we want. Okay. So if we don't win our division, we got to really watch Seattle and San Francisco's games. It's looking like. And I said earlier it was we wanted the Bears to win, but it really looks like we want Green Bay to win this game. I don't think they're gonna though. I think the Bears are gonna beat them at home, which is gonna make it really a lot more difficult for us, I believe. Well, that puts us in 6th. But then Green Bay can't win any games, dude. That still puts us in 7th. What does that change? That's when it changes. Okay. Okay. It only changes if San Francisco or Seattle gets up there and close with us. With an 11-6 record, which is winning out, right? Now, if we do good, Green Bay does good, wins. Chicago does good and wins. But the only time that they don't win, obviously, is when they play us or play each other, which we're going to say Chicago this time. We can be taken out of the playoffs with Seattle. Well, that's 13-4. We need 11-6. So where's right there? See, this is all 3 wins and out. That's everybody winning, and it happens with the Bears on here, right? Let's go to Green Bay though. Everybody winning as much as they can. 11-6, 12-5. But we're now trying to tie with Seattle. They win. Chicago win. Right, but lose a game, out. We really got to win all these games. Really got to, because if we don't win all these games and these guys go hard in the paint at the end, like half or more of these teams, we're out. We're just out. Now, obviously, we've looked at week 16, and this is a pivotal game. If Green Bay wins, we have a better chance, it looks like. If Chicago wins, our chances are a little slimmer. Right there, that puts us right out when Chicago wins that game with those other records. We go from 7th to not even in it, unless Green Bay loses. So if Chicago wins this game, we need Green Bay to lose another game. Because if Green Bay wins, they can win out. And Chicago can basically win out too. Whatever games they don't play Green Bay or us, which would be week 17. See, this wouldn't matter. They can win or lose this game. As long as they lose that game and lose against us, it's looking really good. Like I said, they win this game, and it's looking rough for us. But I'm pretty sure that's where it's going. So we would need Green Bay to lose at least one more game, right? So if this happens, the Green Bay Cheeseheads get beat by the Chicago Bears, well, then this game's going to be very important, right? If Green Bay wins this game, they have to lose this game or we're out, right? And that's us winning every single game that we have left. So first one, Steelers. I'm guessing the Bears are going to win. I'm guessing we're going to win. Okay, see, this is where things can change. We really want San Francisco to win that game. So let's say week 16 goes this way. Just how we predicted. The Bears win. Of course, we win. Say San Francisco beats the Colts that week, just in case. All right. Oh, that changes a lot there. 2nd to 7th. I'll bring them back down. They have a lot of movement too. San Francisco. They're all over the place on this board. Kind of like we are. This is a really weird playoff picture. And really, it's until the games are over in these next 2 weeks that's going to set up for the last week, because it could be set up so many different ways. So we're gonna have to keep a little bit of an eye on the Seahawks game. A little bit of an eye on the San Francisco game, right? In this week 1, or this week 16, I got Seattle winning, okay? If they lose, doesn't really change much, except for placements of the teams. I got them winning there. I got them losing here, but let's say they win. Doesn't really change it with this setup. How about here? Doesn't really change much with this setup. So those games aren't super important yet. We're more focused on this game. So this game, we really want Green Bay to win, but I'm pretty sure Chicago's going to win. If that changes, we'll look at it from another view, but right now we're going to go from this view. And we win, all right? So in order to stay second seed, the next week we would have to beat Minnesota, because if we don't, we're not even in the playoffs in a sense. The way the rest of this is played out. Right? So if Minnesota beats us, we really want Green Bay to lose. Right? If we win, Green Bay loses. It doesn't, like, if we win, it doesn't matter what Green Bay does. Right? If we lose, Green Bay has to lose a game either here. Oh no, I got them losing that game. So they'd have to lose this game too, or we'd be out no matter what we did the next week. Let's say they're winning here. We'd have to win, right? Boom, or we'd be out at that point. Or we'd need a lot of help. So let's say we lose here, we'd need Green Bay to lose. No, they already did. They already did. Is there anything else we could do here? We're at 10-7. Nope, nothing helps us. Nothing helps us at that point. Have to win that game. Week 18. There's no way we can lose this game. No frickin' way, dude. The only way that would work, the only way we could lose that game this week is if Green Bay loses. It'll put us in 7th. They'd also have to lose this week too. If they win that week, we're out. So a lot of it plays off of this. Chicago winning here. That's what most of my stuff's going off of. And I honestly don't really see us being... maybe that. Maybe they lose here. Put this at 10-7. So we win, bang. It gives us a 6th place. We can still lose this game at the end and still make the playoffs. As long as Chicago wins right here. Because at that point, we'd be fighting Green Bay. We want Green Bay to lose at that point. Because if Green Bay wins the game, we're out of here, dude. So it's either Green Bay loses everything, or they win everything. You know what I mean? It seems to be that way. So it's either yay or nay on Green Bay. Kind of what it boils down to. And it looks like the Micah Parsons thing has really set it off enough to where it makes you feel a little more hopeful. And I really feel bad for Micah. He's a great athlete. Definitely worth the money he got paid. Really sucks that the ACL, man. And in this day and age, when you're going out there playing this game now, it's not like it was 20 years ago. I mean, they say they hit harder than them, but man, these guys are faster now. And you can't pull off a hit. You can tell, man. You can tell. And maybe it's just more noticeable now. But, you know, with a lot of the concussion protocol and stuff, you can really tell how violent this game is. And you've seen the movement of his leg. It was pretty rough. You never want to see that for anybody, but it really does help the Lions out as far as having a more manageable defense to deal with for Goff. If we do face them in the playoffs. Is there a way where Bears are out? Green Bay's in. Yeah, right here. So Green Bay wins that game. Bears lose. Then we can play Green Bay playoffs. Just so many things, so many ways. I hope I covered enough for you. And if you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and like and subscribe. I don't do it all the time. In fact, this is a variety channel. You're going to get a lot from here. Just keep an eye out for the videos you like. Make sure you hit the like on them when you see them. We'll bring more videos like that one up from me. I don't know. All I know is if you like and subscribe, I just get to show you more stuff. Feels like. So, with that, enjoy. Go Lions. One pride. We'll see you next time.